All right, so in this first opening section in Chelik Nevuah, he begins first, before discussing prophecy, he discusses what is the essence of the soul. What is a neshama? Okay, very important discussion. We have a neshama. What is a neshama? So he's going to define first what a neshama is, and eventually, as we'll see, it'll lead us into a discussion about prophecy. So he says like this, he explains in the first section, Inyan Adam, what it means, what is the essence, or what is the concept of a man? Shenimsabo, meaning a human being. Shenimsabo mashalo nimsa, something that's found within a human that is not found in any other creature. The fact that a human being has two different entities that come together, two entities which are completely foreign to one another, which are completely distant from one another, that come together. Haguf and neshama, body, which comes from the material physical world, okay, that's on this side of the spectrum, and our soul, which comes from the loftiest side of creation, and somehow those two come together. That is the unique feature of what it means to be a human, the merging of the two, right? A malach is completely spiritual. A rock is completely physical. Even animals are somewhere on this continuum, but a human, they have something from here and something from here, and they come together. On the one hand, we have something called a soul, which every living thing has, mishameshes the hargasha, which impacts, which is therefore to guide and to create really emotions, vaskala hachukuka betivo, as well as logic and knowledge, which is in our nature. So if we think about our emotions, they emanate from our neshama. You think about our thinking, they emanate from the neshama. There's a term, a beautiful, brilliant term that they use in Yiddish for an idea. I don't know if the term, anyone know? Anyone Yiddish speakers right here? I'm not. Sorry? Einfall, very good. Okay, German Yiddish speaker. I've said this before, but I said this recently. Okay, I love this term, right? The idea is that it falls into your head. It comes from outside. It comes from your neshama. Your neshama comes from God. It comes from the outside. Our emotions also, to recognize that when we feel very inspired or something, that means that our neshama is being activated. It's not just this physical, our neurons are firing off in our brain. There's something inside of us that is our neshama. Okay, it's your neshama. When you feel intense emotions, you are feeling your neshama in that moment. It's physical, but it's a very ethereal. It's a very thin and a light physical existence. In other words, at the end of the day, a soul is a creation. By definition, it's part of the physical world, but it's something which you can't touch or feel, and therefore it's you see it expressed in the idea, you see it expressed in the emotion, but it's a very, very fine physical entity. It comes into the seed. It comes into, from the moment that we are formed, it comes into our existence. As soon as the seed is received by an egg, it comes into the existence at that moment. And it's part of what guides the development of the body, according to what it is necessary for this creature. Okay, so the first thing we're just seeing over here, we'll pick up this piece, God willing, tomorrow. But the first thing we're seeing over here is our neshama. Again, human beings are this mix between both the physical and the spiritual. Our neshama is the seat of our emotions, of our intelligence, and it also comes to our body from the moment of conception, really, okay, which obviously has some ramifications, but we believe that our neshama comes into the body, into the physical form from the moment of conception, and helps develop the body, taking it from a little nothing into an actual development, and we'll talk about the further development of the neshama, God willing, tomorrow. Okay.